Hi guys, this is Kest, and today I'm gonna talk about spirits and the unknown, or the spirit world, the realm of that sort of thing. And what I have to tell you is that, as you all know and I experienced before, we Simian Liners are very sensitive, and we sort of know how to feel energies and things like that. And I was always one of those people. I was always aware of people's energy and what they put it out there, you know what I mean? So when you put out there some sort of energy, I was able to not connect, but I was able to receive it or to perceive it, let's put it this way. And now, much older, what I'm able to do is not only perceive it but deal with it, which was something that I wasn't able to do when I was young. But that's not the subject that I want to bring you here. So this is about an experience that I had regarding spirit world. I was always intrigued with psychics and mediums and things like that, but I was always that sort of afraid. Not afraid, but I had a lot of respect for that. I didn't want to deal with it. There's a lot of things that I will talk in other videos, but this is just this story. I knew a lot of people along in my life were connected with those sort of things, but I was never into it because somehow I felt that was fake. And I know this is kind of weird, but most people on the world that are mediums and psychics, and they are fake. And as I said before, I lost a lot of people, so I do have people on the other side. I was always curious to know what it is and how is it to cross over, things like that. So at some point I wondered, how is it, how those things work? And I suddenly started searching, questioning people, and I went to YouTube. I know a lot of, I know a lot of them. So I know John Edwards, psychic medium. I know Teresa Caputo. I know Char Margolis, if I'm not mistaken. Psychic twins here on YouTube, which, okay, move on. So I know a lot of those people, and to me they're all fake, because you don't see any, how can I put this, you don't see any level of spirituality on those readings and sessions and things like that, which I find really weird. As I was saying, in my entire life till today, I had probably 3 experiences regarding those things. This is not easy for me to explain. I have a cousin that once told me, oh, you know what, I know a guy that is really true and he's really connected, let's put it this way. And I was like, are you sure? Are you sure of that? And she was like, oh, totally true, this is 100% true. And she had a boyfriend that told me, listen, this guy, I sort of know him a little bit and he's really the true deal, you know what I mean? So he was somehow connecting to the spirit world, and I wasn't aware that someone was like that, because I want to know people like that, but true one. Okay, so if you are one of medium or a psychic, I said, okay, if you say that's true, if your boyfriend is putting himself on the line, I don't mind, and let's go there, because I have that sort of energy feel, so I don't connect with those things too much, and I don't like to be around those subjects too much. I'll explain in another video why. Here we go. We went there to a house. So here's the thing, this is really weird. And when we entered the house, there was a lady that was the receptionist from the spirit, and she was like, oh, welcome, please take a seat and be comfortable, just rest, I'll be with you in a second. Oh, okay, this is like the Matrix. So you enter in the house and there's an old lady giving you cookies. But okay, I'll stay there. I waited. My cousin waited there with me. Her boyfriend was in the car. So we're there in the living room in a reception area, and she says to me, oh no, now you can go down, but you have to take off your shoes. Okay. So you go down those stairs that you're watching, because this was like a house, a separate house. We call it vivenda, which is like a big house, and we had to go down the stairs to the session. I don't know, I wasn't, so I was like not lost, but I was like, is it today that I'm gonna experience something real? So I went down the stairs, and there was a guy, and the guy was sitting in a chair, purely alone. It reminded me like Silence of the Lambs, you know, the movie that is really tricky and psychopathy. So there's a guy sitting on the middle of the room, It was really weird. And I thought that I was going there just by myself. So when I go down the stairs, oh, and the lady said to me, once you go down, please sit on the location you feel you will notice there's an empty space for you. Empty space? I thought that was a chair, sofa, or something. When I went down, there was probably 10 to 11 people there. So this was the disposition of the place. The guy was here in the middle. This is the room, this rectangle, if you want. So the guy was in the middle, and all the people were making this sort of U-shaped couch. And when I went down the stairs, I saw the guy in the middle, and I saw the empty room in the end of the couch. And I seated there without my shoes on, totally unaware of what I was gonna experience. A lot of people there. And I was like, oh my God, where I am. Suddenly the guy is sitting like in trance or in a meditation state. And you know that for me, I don't care about presentation, but there was a sort of environment of chill, you know what I mean? Kind of weird. And suddenly he goes like, so we're here today to see what sort of energies come down and unlock things for some of you. And I was like, okay, well, I know that I have the Simian line, right? Because I know that. It's sort of, for us, Simian Liners is sort of we're aware. So you don't really, oh my God, the word. You know what I mean? You wouldn't, I don't know the word. I wasn't gonna be played in that sort of sense. People start talking. He goes like, so what's your name? To the first person. And she was like, it was a woman. And she was like, I don't know, Mary. So my name is Mary. So Mary. And he was sitting on the chair on the middle of the room. And it was like, so Mary, I can sense here an energy of an older guy. And the lady said, oh, right. Does this thing mean something to you? Oh, yeah, for sure. And because I feel there's a male energy, and he's right here next to me. I can feel his energy. And me being an energy reader, if you want, or an energy, I can feel it very easily. So I knew that there wasn't anything there regarding spirits or the mood was really physical. There wasn't any spiritual energy on that room besides from the people that were there. He goes from one to the other, and the story keeps going further. And the more it goes, the more I am aware that I'm not there doing anything. This is totally true. Guys, you always know that I can prove what I'm saying. So he keeps going to other people and other people saying those sort of sentences all the time. I can feel you are a very nervous person and you need to do this and you need to do that. He was talking about the energies that were present there, from people who departed, from those who were there receiving this sort of appointment or consultation. I don't know. He went one to the other, and I was really already tired of being there because I felt the energy of all those people and all those problems and all those issues. So that was not the room for me, but I was there because I wanted to know more about it. And when he reached my point, I thought, okay, so let me see what he's gonna say. And he goes like, so I can sense something related with your hands. And I was like, what? And I said, yeah, for sure. I do have something in my hand. What brings me here? Oh, no, sorry. And he tells me, what brings you here? Because I can sense that you have a lot of knowledge. Are you a person that does Reiki? And I was like, no, I do know a lot of people who do Reiki. I'm not one of those. No, but I do understand that energy. Oh, you should practice because you have a natural ability to that. And I was like, okay. That's nice. That's very nice of him to say those things. Regarding that, we in here know I have this and I am very sensitive. I was like, okay, keep going. In my head I was saying keep going. So he's like, so what brings you here? That's not a normal question. He should know what brought me here. Well, not the car for sure. What subject? And I was like, well, I came here because I do have a problem. And this is totally true. I do have a problem because I sense things and I feel things and I don't understand why, and I want to understand more. Maybe need some validation that I'm aware and connected with the upper realms of, I don't know what to call it. And he goes, well, you do need to practice. Started a conversation, resuming no one came from the spirit world to tell me anything, which I was waiting for because I wanted to experience my first true connection with the spirit world, let's put it this way. And this was recorded, so he does like most of them on TV. He records the session and he sends the session so we can listen after. So he tells me about my hand, but he doesn't know about the Simian line. I think there was just a hint or something because he already talked with my friend, my cousin boyfriend. So I was like, okay, so tell me more. And he then talked about energies and things like that. He didn't give me any sort of notion of anything. And I told him in the middle of the living room there with all those people, I said, listen, I can sense what these people are here doing, and I can sense their issues. So that's my problem, is that I can feel those things. And I knew that all those people around were like, he's saying that he can feel, because they didn't understood what I was doing there, because I didn't have an issue like them, like, oh, I lost my mother, I lost my job, I lost this and I lost that, I have no money. I was there in a very honest spiritual way. So resuming this story, the guy was a nice person, I would say. He was a young guy. I can sense what these people do. They're nice people. They have found a way to make money, and they have good energy, so they put out their nice advices. So they won't say leave your job and things like that. They give nice advices. They base those things on energy, and that they are nice, surrounded by light, and all those stories, which are all fake. Because this can be resumed in, if you wake up in a very good mood and you're willing to give the world a smile and all those things, you're much in a more powerful state than this guy was. So they work on that all the time. But it wasn't true. He was just an attempt of something similar to those we see on TV, and that's it, guys. So this story ended up with me leaving. The guy never contacted me, even though he knew that I was waiting for more answers. Not even said to me, listen, we're going to talk a little bit after this ends. No, there was a price to pay that my cousin paid, because she said that was real, so I wasn't going to pay for this sort of shit. Sorry, it was what it was. And this is not only one of the stories that I entered where I had no feedback from what I had relating to when you're looking for your questions on the spirit world. And I'm a very strong-minded person, so I would never break or bend under some sort of influence or visuals. I can distinguish very well when it's real coming from the upper realm, if that makes sense to you, and I know when it's not. That's why I know some things about spirits and things like that, because energies and spirits are very related. I don't know if it makes sense to you. But anyway, guys, this was a story that I've experienced about a guy that supposedly received messages from the beyond. It was for sure beyond cuckoo crazy, because I would never go back there again. Till today, there's not one person that is true regarding those sort of connections. If you're a true psychic medium, tell me something that I don't know in order for me to believe you. Okay, please subscribe. Don't forget to click the notifications if you want to receive news when I put out another videos. Follow me on social networks, and till then,